What if I told you that one of the most notorious pirate havens in American history was not hidden in the Caribbean, but right on the shores of Rhode Island? That a man who once sailed under the banner of legitimacy as a privateer turned rogue, striking fear into merchants and colonial authorities alike. This is the untold story of William Mays, the Newport pirate whose legendary journey took him from a respected tavern owner to one of the most feared sea raiders of the late 17th century. Welcome to Legends Reimagined, where we revive history's forgotten stories with the power of AI. Today, we set sail into the dark waters of piracy, betrayal, and lost treasure. William Mays was not always an outlaw. Born into a well-known Newport family, his early life was marked by promise. His father, William Mays Sr., owned the infamous White Horse Tavern, an establishment that would become a hub for smugglers, traders, and seafarers of questionable morals. The younger Mays grew up surrounded by tales of riches and adventure, and soon the call of the sea proved irresistible. At a time when England and her colonies were constantly at war with rival European powers, privateering was a legal way to engage in piracy, so long as one had the right paperwork. William Mays sailed under the guise of a privateer, attacking enemy ships and plundering their cargo with the approval of the Crown. But as the wars died down, so did the legitimacy of privateering, and Mays, like many others, found himself drawn into the world of true piracy. Newport, Rhode Island, was no ordinary colonial town. It was a place where laws were flexible, authorities were often complicit, and pirates found refuge in exchange for their gold. William Mays, leveraging his family's influence, turned the White Horse Tavern into a secret meeting ground for buccaneers, merchants, and corrupt officials. His exploits took him to the Indian Ocean, a hunting ground for many daring pirates. There, he and his crew raided rich Mughal and Portuguese merchant ships, amassing a fortune in gold, silk, and spices. With every successful raid, his reputation grew, and so did the tension with the ruling powers. But Mays was not just another pirate. He was a tactician. He knew how to balance between crime and diplomacy, bribing officials to look the other way while using his connections to sell stolen goods back into colonial markets. For a time, he seemed untouchable. With wealth and infamy, however, came danger. The English crown, under increasing pressure to crack down on piracy, turned its attention to Newport and its lawless mariners. William Mays found himself in the crosshairs of colonial governors and British naval forces determined to bring an end to the pirate haven. Fearing arrest, Mays disappeared from historical records, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in mystery. Some say he fled to the Caribbean, where he continued his pirating ways under an assumed name. Others believe he returned to Newport under protection, using his riches to buy his freedom. And then, there are the whispers. Stories of a hidden treasure buried along the rocky shores of Rhode Island, left behind by Mays before his vanishing act. William Mays was more than just a pirate. He was a symbol of an era when the line between legality and lawlessness blurred. He outwitted colonial powers, thrived in a world of deception, and built a fortune in an age when men like him were both feared and admired. But what became of him? Did he retire in secret, spending his wealth in hidden luxury? Or does his treasure still lie somewhere along the New England coast, waiting to be discovered? His story is a reminder that legends are not always written in stone. Sometimes they are lost in the waves, waiting for the right tide to bring them back. If you enjoyed this tale of high seas adventure, make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Where do you think William Mays disappeared to? And stay tuned, because our next legend will take us even deeper into the forgotten pages of history. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep reimagining the legends of the past.